Good morning, guys. I wanted to talk to you today about the power of a paragraph. Generally, in academic writing, like traditional essays and that sort of thing, you want to be a little bit more formal, which means that you can stick to that rule of at least 5 to 7 sentences in paragraph. They can be longer, it depends, but you definitely don't want to go any less than 3 in an academic writing. However, in other kinds of writing, like narratives, like short story, like um, anything else that's out there that's more your own, that's a little bit less formal commentary, you can choose how long your paragraph is. And it can even be one sentence, it can be one word. It's up to you and how you have that structured. So today I wanted to talk about a couple of the reasons for why you need to do different paragraphs. One is if you have a new idea, you want to give your reader a visual break. Sometimes even with your article responses, for the monthly assignment, I see people who just turn in one paragraph or the entire page, and it's really overwhelming as a reader to see how all that fits together. So it's just a little breather when you switch a new idea, get a new paragraph. Also, when you're doing some kind of storyline, if you change time and you're talking about how this happened yesterday and suddenly you're talking about today, because there's been a change in time, it's nice to do a change in paragraph. Then also, whenever you have a change in tone, so maybe you have something that is really funny, but then it becomes serious. Highlighting that change in tone can be a reason for a change in paragraph. And then finally, to emphasize a word or phrase and really draw some attention to it, that will draw some more of the reader's attention and help them focus in on it more. For example, this is a book called The Prom Goer's Interstellar Excursion, and this does a nice job. It says she was right. There was a deep cut on her lip where dry blood had crusted. The knees of her jeans were ripped. Her hair was frayed. She had zits underneath her mouth, no doubt due to the grease from the fast food on which she'd been subsisting. There were bruises on her arm. One of her earrings was missing, and she had a puncture wound on the cartilage where she had pulled out her tag. Her nail polish had chipped off. She kept running her tongue over one of her teeth, and I could see it was loose. Paragraph break. She was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. So it talks about all of that horrible description of that person who is, that girl is beat up and bruised and dirty and gross. And then there's a paragraph break and says she was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It changes tone, it highlights and draws attention to that, and makes it stand out more than if it was just tagged on there at the end of the paragraph. So use that when you are writing your own, and I can't wait to read those writing pieces.